Hi, and welcome to the Ask Dr. Angela show with everyone's favorite OBGYN, Dr. Angela Jones. Have you ever been just too embarrassed or shy to ask your own doctor a question about your, private stuff? Well, you have come to the right place to get straight answers. Feel free to ask Dr. Angela anything women's health related. OBGYN, she keeps it real. Pregnancy, she knows what you're expecting. Whole body health, just ask. Dr. Angela has you covered, girl. And now here is Dr. Angela.
What's good, people? This is Dr. Angela, everyone's self-proclaimed favorite OBGYN, and I would like to personally welcome you to episode 91 of the Ask Dr. Angela podcast. Woo! I don't care about the cold, baby, because when you're hot, you're too much. Because when you're hot, you're hot. Look at what you've got. So I was driving home just the other day, and that song came on, and that is old school. That is old school Parliament, for those of you that don't know, and a lot of you probably don't know. That's the jam up for the downstroke. That's like something that my mama used to groove to back in the day. You know how when their favorite songs used to come on the radio, they used to just, say, oh, this is my jam. And then they turn the music up real loud and, that neck starts to go in and they start clapping their fingers. Well, this is one of those jams. I love, love, love this song. Anyway, we love music in my household. I grew up with music. We play instruments in my house. My little one plays the piano. I play the guitar. And music just moves us on so many different levels. But I got to tell you, I heard that song and I pulled one of my mama's moves. I turned that bad boy up. If we had been at a place that we could have stopped, I probably would have gotten out and danced because that is just how tough that song is. Anyway, let's jump right into today's question. Today's question is actually really, really funny because I was posed this question in the hospital, walking down the hall, and one of my anesthesiologist friends and colleagues, his wife is a patient of mine. And so he kind of stopped me. I think I was going to round or something. And he says, hey, Ange, when should dad start coming to prenatal visits? And I looked at him and I'm like, are you kidding me? What do you mean, when should dad start coming to prenatal visits? How about from Jump Street? You should be there from the beginning to the end. Because, hello, your pregnant wife didn't just happen this way upon her, happen upon this state of being by herself. It took like a team effort. Takes two to tango, right? Anyway, I see so many of my pregnant moms who come to these visits by themselves. Honestly, I'm going to say that maybe 95% of my pregnant patients come without their husbands. And I'm going to say that maybe 95, 96% of the husbands I don't meet until the time of delivery, which I think is actually pretty pathetic. I think that it's really important for husbands to be there from the beginning because pregnancy is a big deal. As someone that's been pregnant before, I know that I really appreciated my wife being there from Jump Street. It was a good opportunity for her to learn. So it's a good opportunity for partners, spouses, significant others, whatever, to learn about everything that the expectant mom is going through so that you don't lose patience when someone starts complaining about, oh my gosh, my back hurts. Oh my gosh, I'm so tired. Oh my gosh, I'm so nauseous. Oh my gosh, I crave this or I crave that. You'll understand the process as it is happening. The other reason that I really like for partners and spouses to come to these visits is that a lot of times, your pregnant moms or your significant others, your wife, your spouse that is expecting or carrying is feeling alone, tired, as if, no one else understands. Pregnancy, and I say this all the time, and I say this in my upcoming pregnancy book, countless times that as amazing as pregnancy is, it is not the most comfortable state of existence. With all the hormones of pregnancy, pregnant moms are very emotional, emotionally labile. They're happy, they're sad, sometimes depressed. So it really helps to have that added support, from the spouse, significant other, partner, whatever you want to call it. You, the spouse or, partner, you serve as the mom's backup drive most of the time. And it's really helpful for me, the physician, to be able to make sure that I have two sets of ears hearing what I'm talking about or hearing what I'm saying. So when the pregnant moms can't remember what I've said, the partners can say, oh yeah, Dr. Angela said this, or yes, the doctor did say this, or yes, I do recall that that's a normal part of pregnancy. The other thing is, and I love when my patients come in with their pregnancy journals or, list of questions that they want to have addressed during the visit. But if they don't have that list, the husband can oftentimes, or the spouse or whatever, can remember, oh yeah, honey, you did want to ask such and such. From a physician standpoint, and this is completely just, one of the things that I like about when significant others come to the visits is that you are able to provide a very unique and oftentimes unbiased perspective on how your expecting wife or the expectant mom is doing, specifically if something like gestational diabetes is an issue. Is the patient being compliant? Is your wife doing what she's supposed to be doing? I appreciate partners' input with regards to whether or not the patient is following recommendations that have been set forward. And last but not least, there's nothing worse than getting a phone call at like 3:30 in the morning or, 11 at night from a husband who has called on, his wife's behalf. And I'm on the phone and I'm like, okay, so how many weeks pregnant? And the husband's like, honey, how many weeks pregnant are you? And so then on the other end, I'm like, are you kidding me? And so my next question is, okay, so your wife's contracting? Oh, honey, are you contracting? So it saves you from being so flipping clueless when labor actually shows up or when your wife actually goes into labor. So when do I think that partners, husbands, spouses, significant others need to show up for prenatal visits? From day one. How about that? Needless to say, after we had that conversation, I saw my friend at the next prenatal visit, and I'm hopeful that I will see him at ensuing prenatal visits. So I hope that answered your question. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode of the Ask Dr. Angela podcast. If you have a question or a topic that you would like featured in the podcast, you can do it any number of ways. You can direct message me on Twitter at Dr. Angela OBGYN. You can direct message me on Facebook, Ask Dr. Angela, and that's Dr. Angela, Angela. Or you can go to my webpage, www.askdrangela.com. That's AskDrangela.com. Click on the microphone on the right-hand side of the page and do what you do. If we do feature your question on the podcast, someone from my team will reach out to you and we will send you one of our bomb-ass t-shirts. In closing, I'd like to leave you with this quote from one of my favorite authors, Paulo Coelho. He's the author of one of my favorite books, The Alchemist. He said, kiss slowly, laugh insanely, live truly, and forgive quickly. Until next time, look better, feel better, be better. Looking forward to reconnecting on episode 92 of the Ask Dr. Angela podcast.
Thank you for listening to the Ask Dr. Angela podcast. For more information on women's health and the show notes for this episode, please visit Dr. Angela at www.askdrangela.com. While you're there, don't forget to leave your own message for Dr. Angela. See you soon! All of the information provided and discussed in this podcast is for educational and informational purposes only and should not take the place of consulting a physician. This podcast is not intended to diagnose, treat, or cure any diseases or illnesses and does not and should not replace treatment for a medical professional. Listening to and participating in this podcast does not create a doctor-patient relationship between you and Dr. Angela Jones. If you need medical advice or assistance, you should consult a physician. Listening to and participating in this podcast is subject to the terms and conditions posted at drangela.com/terms.